Surprise, I'm back. I'm going to welcome myself back, welcome you back. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Latoya and I would love to have you be a part of my ever-growing band of misfit toys. I have been gone for a minute. Hopefully you missed me. I definitely missed you guys. I just needed to unplug, and I was also away. I'm going to kind of tell you a little bit about that during this video. I'm going to be doing an everyday foolproof makeup routine that has been working for me as of late. So if you would like to see that, then please keep watching. Did you guys miss me? Because I missed you guys tremendously. As I said, I went away. I went to my country, which is Barbados, the most beautiful island in all the world, the most beautiful country in all the world. Am I biased? Of course, but it's still true. Yeah, so we're going to be doing our makeup and just hanging out. It was so nice to get away. It was a drama to do so because you have to get tested within 3 days of leaving. Then when you get there, you have to get tested again, quarantine before you get your results. It's a lot. So I'm going to go in with my primer. I'm going to go in with my Becca Evermatte. Let's talk about that, right? Becca is teaming up with Smashbox, or has found a new home at Smashbox. I don't think they're going to be selling everything, or maybe they will. I don't know. There's not been much information about it, but I was like, how am I going to get this primer? I'm going to have to rely on one of my other ones, but maybe they will keep it. We will see. I'm sure they're going to keep their highlighters and those under eye brighteners, and I think it looks like from the photo that I saw, I'll put it here if I can, that they will have the brighteners in more shades, the under eye brighteners, which is good because I want to try it. I tried one of their other colors that they had in the original range, and no. For my foundation, I have been loving the Zoeva Authentique foundation. Mine is in the shade Magical. I have put most of my foundations in little squeezy tubes like this, and I mark them so that I know like who makes them and what's the shade and all that. So yeah, it's easy for travel and easy easy for storage. Yeah, you gotta be a little bit careful. I'm gonna just pat that in a bit. So a lot of things have been going on. Anyways, as I was saying, when I got down there, I had to take another COVID test, and you have to show proof of vaccination because the rules change depending on whether or not you're vaccinated. As they should, because I personally feel that I should not be held to the same requirements as somebody who is irresponsible and decided not to get vaccinated. And I don't mean somebody that can't get vaccinated because they're immunocompromised or they have allergies or something. I mean someone that can get vaccinated but chooses not to because of rights and not having enough information and all the things, whilst not being a scientist, a doctor, an immunologist, a virologist, epidemiologist, microbiologist, any of the things. They're none of these things, but yet still they need to do more research. Okay, cool. So like, were our parents irresponsible when they let us get a series of about 23-ish vaccines if you're an 80s baby before like the age of 2? Were they irresponsible for doing that? Should they have done extensive research on every single vaccine, not being doctors and knowing the parameters for how a vaccine is done? Yeah, no. So I was like, you've done some questionable things in your life, sis. So vaccine is the least of your worries, to be honest. You could have been taken out in a lot more ways. Anyways, I usually do my brows first. Well, kind of. I'll show you that step after this. So this is the foundation. So yeah, so we had to proof of vaccination, apparently, which was fine, with myself, my sister, and my mother. That's who I went with. and apparently they got the wrong COVID test. I think they got like a rapid test or some other test, so like they had like different bands, but since they were vaccinated, everyone gets a color coded band. I got a green one, they got orange, and there's other colors for other categories of people. I don't know what they represent, but yeah. So I'm going to take this Pink Honey. It's a wax that holds the brows in place, and I'm going to use a spoolie from an old brow pencil to get my brows in order, because I usually don't have to use much brow product. So I was like, oh my god, are we going to have to quarantine for longer? But no. They recommend that you just run it through the brows like this, and then you smooth your brows out. I might have to go over the foundation because, like I said, I usually do this step first. What was I saying now? Oh yeah, so they recommend that you book 2 days at a verified, government verified quarantine hotel. And I was like, I'm absolutely not paying money for 2 days at a hotel off the bat if it's not necessary. And it turns out that it wasn't necessary. Okay, so that's how the brows should look. It looks a little bit ashy right now, but that's the nature of this product. I actually have the Cola one, which is a brown tint, but I find that sometimes that makes my brows a little bit too dark for my liking, and it's a little bit hard to control. So we spent the first night there. There's a curfew on the island, 6 o'clock. You have to be off the streets on Sundays, Monday through Saturday, 9 o'clock. Which was not good, because by the time we got out of the airport on Sunday, we were unable to get anything to eat. I was hangry, and not a good combination when you're doing something that you don't necessarily want to be doing, but you know you have to do, so you're fine with it or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with the Mario, what is it called? Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in the shade Dark. And I'm just going to use this on my nose. And that's it. So right down the middle. Yep, like that. And we are going to blend it with the other side. So the three of us are in this hotel room, hangry, with no means of getting something to eat until the next day. The next day, we order food super early in the morning when KFC says that it's open. And it, in fact, wasn't open to get us our food. The doors were open, but we would not be getting our food till about 12:30. So from 9:30 to 12:30, we were just dreaming of this food, literally. I'm gonna go in with concealer under the eyes. Let's see. I got new shades in the NARS Soft Matte Concealer because I felt the other shades were a little bit ashy, but I might have to go back to the original shades, at least one of them. Yeah, so I'm using the shade Walnut, and I'm also going to mix it, I think, with another concealer. Here. So as I was saying, we wouldn't be getting our food for the longest time. I was not happy about that. But it was nice to feel the warm air, the fresh air, to smell it. I was just so content. I'm also going to use this concealer for like my base for my eye, even though I'm not going to be doing eyeshadow, or I don't think I am going to be. But this whole like technique supposedly lifts the eye. Oh, what am I doing? I'm going to go under the eye with another liquid concealer. Just a little bit, not too much, because this is really thick and creamy. So it kind of like balances it, if you will. Anywho, now we're going in with that same walnut on the eyelid. So we had to check out by 12, and I was getting very concerned at this point. My mother hadn't been checking her email, and she got her test results, and she used the same email for my sister, and my sister's results weren't back. So I was like, let's get out of this damn room since we have one set of test results back and see what we can do. So we get downstairs. The guy's like, oh, you have to give us the test results. And I'm like, honestly, this is our personal information. I don't know. Is that like legal? I don't believe that that is legal. If the Ministry of Health gives them to you, or, you know, requires us and contacts us and says that we have to give it to you, then fine. But as far as us giving you our medical records, like, that's not okay. So he was like, yeah, but you can't leave. And I was like, well, surely I'm not going to leave and possibly infect other people, and on an island of 270,000-ish people. So I was like, you know what? I'm calling the Ministry of Health, and I'm going to figure out what is going on here, because it's ridiculous that my mother has her test results. We took the test at the same time, and we don't have our test results. As soon as I said that, a woman pops out of like literally nowhere, and she's like, oh, I have a connection, blah, 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 blah. I'll call and figure out what's going on. Comes back 20 minutes later, and she has our results conveniently. Well, we see our results in our emails, and I'm just like, she was like, oh, there was a confusion and blah, 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 whatever. We're not paying you another $200 and something just because you need to make up for whatever money you lost. That's not okay. Dishonesty is not a good thing, and I don't care if this is my country or not. You have to do right by your country people and the tourists that you depend on for your, you know, industry or whatever. So we got to leave the hotel and go to our Airbnb. I was so excited because the Airbnb was gorgeous. Well, from the pictures that we saw. Blending this out with a beauty blender. This seems to be going well so far. Please trust the process. So we arrive at the Airbnb, and it is perfection. We had rented a 2-bedroom, but we were given a 3-bedroom because that was what was available. And I was like, perfect, we each get a bedroom. I got into the place first because I knew the code to get in, and I took the master with the ensuite bathroom, and I was loving that. Everyone, my mother and my sister were like, why do you get that? I was like, I got in here first. They weren't fussed really, because it was just a gorgeous place. Kitchen, washing machine, dryer, air conditioning in all the bedrooms. What else? There was some like drinks and stuff already in the fridge for us, which was really nice. And it was really a good location because it was in a neighborhood, but it was about a 10-minute walk to the beach, or you could take a minivan, which is a very popular mode of transportation on the island. I'll put a picture here so you see what it looks like. It's inexpensive as well. $3, I think it is. No, $3.50. So $175 US, because the conversion of the money is $2 US. No, $1 US is $2 Barbadian dollars, which you get a lot of bang for your buck when you're spending US cash. All right, so we are going to set our face with the Huda powder. I'm going to set my face with this powder by Huda Beauty. It looks like this. It is her Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder, and it's in the shade Kunafa. I think I said that right. I know that Kunafa. We're going to set our eyes and our under eyes and all the places that we put the concealer with this setting powder. So we got settled in, Did I say that at the hotel we got our KFC? Yeah, we got our KFC. It was delicious. I will not eat KFC here in America because it just doesn't taste right. But in Barbados, it's very much fresh and it tastes like what I would imagine food in heaven would taste like. So we had KFC like every day. Don't judge me. It is a thing for me. I love to do it and it tastes good. Makes me happy. Usual order is maybe some chicken legs, a cobbette, which is a corn on the cob that's like that big, coleslaw, and chips, fries, whatever. For me and Zoe, my sister, that was our ting. It was amazing. We went to the beach almost every day. Can I insert some beach pictures? I don't know. I'm looking quite fluffy because of COVID. So if you see a picture or two, then I felt good about myself. Or I was able to like pose in a way that it didn't accentuate all of my, you know, areas that I'm not happy with at the moment. Anywho, so we got to go to the beach. We got to see our grandmother, my mother's mother. She's not doing the best, but, you know, people get older. That tends to happen. I don't bake, by the way, because I'm 38 and I can't afford baking. It's just not something that is okay. Except for my nose bridge. I could do that a little bit. Not too bad. For the rest of my face, error. Yeah, I also got to see my uncle. He has this cute little dog. Oh my god. He got so lucky with this dog. But that was nice. It was nice to see my home, my country, where, you know, I was born and lived for a few years before I came here. And even more so, really good to be in a country with mostly black people. Because it's peaceful and you don't feel like people are looking at you necessarily because of your skin color or targeting you because of your skin color. You know you're not going to get arrested because of your skin color. So it's actually really refreshing. This is the Cloud Set Powder by Kosas. It's in the shade Softly. I love this. I had Pillowy before, I think, but that, I feel like it was too light for me. And I've been told that I got some color while I was there, which is good because I feel like my skin looks more golden, like it looks more alive, which is really good. Oh my goodness. I'm not complaining about the heat, but it was hot. It was hot. And navigating around on public transport was hard. It was hard. So the last 2 days that I was there, I got a car and my sister and I were just cruising around the country. Yeah, met some of we also met some of my mother's cousins. We ate some good local pastries. And what other food did we have? We had really good fish. I was specifically wanting flying fish. Apparently they don't exist anymore. And if you find them, because they're in such short supply, they're super expensive. So it's really hard to find them. And I was really upset about that. I was like, oh my God. And yeah, getting food in before like the curfew starts and everything is really wild. It was just an interesting time, but a fun grounding time. I was just like, we got snow cones. Love those. I'm going in with bronzer. If I don't tell you what I'm using, it's because I really don't stan the brand like that, and I'd rather not talk about them. So I'll give you an alternative. But I want to use up the product because I own the stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah. We got snow cones. Reminds me of childhood with condensed milk in the center. Love it. Please don't yuck my yum. What else did we do? It was a drama getting our COVID test to return to America. The day we went, we went one day and the line was super long. It was like first thing in the morning, and I was like, a guy was like, oh yeah, I've been here for an hour and I still haven't been seen. I was like, not me. That is actually not going to happen to me. So I was like, you know what? We'll go back the next day, my sister and myself, because my mother ended up getting it done that day. We'll go back the next day. No, we went back that same day, right before they were going to close. And we missed the closing time. I was off by an hour. I don't know how I did that, but it happens. And the lady was like, what time can you be back here in the morning? And I told her, and she was like, we'll come back. And when we did the next day, she hooked us up, and that was good. And we only needed a rapid test to get back in, not a PCR. So there was like no one waiting for the rapid test, because like Canada and other places have to get the PCR to get back into their countries. So that line, super insane. So I'm grateful for that. Where's this blush? We also went to the supermarket to get necessities, you know, like late night snacks and stuff for after curfew when you're kind of peckish and wanted something to eat. So I got like bread, tea, biscuits or cookies, and I'm using the Pat McGrath blush in the shade Paradise Venus. That's what it looks like right there. It is sold out online and has been for ages. So yeah, tea and stuff, water, the childhood sodas that I grew up with, like Plus, Fruity, Juicy, had those on deck like at all times. Probably gained a ton of weight, but if you won't mention it, I'm definitely not going to mention it. I love this blush. I saw this thing where it's better to put it up here because when you go down here, it like drags the face down. Adele had a picture where like she was doing this technique, and I was like, nice. I am here for it. I'm just putting a ton of blush on because I am not going to be wearing any eyeshadow, I don't think. I keep saying that. Maybe I'll use the blush for eyeshadow and do like a monochromatic situation. Yeah, finally getting the COVID test, getting to this beach I used to go to as a kid that only locals go to. That was nice, but they changed it up a bit, and I was like, aw, what the, but it was still good. Yeah, it was a really great experience. It was too short, but that's life. Had to come back to reality, and reality was just like in your face. I wasn't really on social media that much, so I got to have peace, which was good. I didn't have to think about like all of the craziness that just seems to go on here on a daily basis that like desensitizes us to, you know, people's issues. It's really bad when you're away from here and you realize like how traumatic it is to constantly ingest all of these stories about, you know, bad things. So 50 out of 10 would recommend Barbados. Do the right thing if you're going to go visit. Don't mess up my country, okay? Not many people. It's a very small island, 166 square miles. We're finishing up here. So I'm using the same thing on my nose that I used to bronze my face. Let's do our brows. I'm going to go in with the Huda micro pencil. I love this. It is the thinnest brow pencil that I've ever used. Can you even see that point? Probably not, but it literally gives you hair-like strokes. So we're going to do that in the front where I'm missing brow. Do you see that? Can you see it? And I realize even though I live in the suburbs, it is so much louder here. And that really works on the psyche subconsciously. You don't really realize it until you get out of this environment. You know what I mean? Lashes. Lashes. I got something new. I got this trio thing by Kaja. Do you see it? So it comes apart in 3 separate pieces. It's magnetic. There is a volumizing, lengthening, and a clear, which is like a primer, and it also is a gel serum at the same time, a brow serum at the same time. So I haven't used the clear yet. I am going to use the clear now. Let's see. And we're going to use the lengthening one. So for the lengthening one, the brush is a lot thinner. And for the volumizing, it's a very thick brush. Of course, I got mascara on my face. I think that primer does some things. All right. All right. Do I want to put on lashes? I do, because my eyes look bald, and I don't want them to look bald. I want them to look flirty and fun. So I'm going to be right back with lashes, and I'll tell you which ones I am wearing, because if you've been here a while, you know that I can't do lashes while I'm filming because I'm all kinds of awkward and not in frame, and it's not good for any of us. I'm going in with the Conspiracy Lip Liner by Urban Decay. Setting spray. Where is my setting spray? I just spotted this one here by Kryolan. It's a fixing spray. It's professional makeup. It's like stage makeup, and it's kind of like hairspray. So I'm going to close my mouth and go for it. The scent is intense. Your makeup is definitely not going to go anywhere if you use that. So sometimes if I want a lighter lip, I will use this lipstick by Lisa Eldridge. It's called Velvet Affair. It looks crazy because I use it all the time. Let's see. And I will like put that in the middle and use the liner to kind of frame it, if you will. So yeah, actually, you know what? I'm going to put a little bit of primer water as well because it adds a little bit of moisture back into the face. I love this stuff, but it hasn't been in store lately, and I'm getting concerned. Since Smashbox and Becca like teamed up or whatever, I really want to know what the things are. What's going to go on? Am I going to be able to keep this and my primer from Becca, or am I going to have to find replacements? So yeah, this is what the makeup is looking like. Oh, the lashes, I didn't tell you, are Tati Lashes TL3. I have gray hairs. They're there. That's what happens. It's a blessing, really, right? Look at my nails. Can you see them? Ooh. Wait, can you see my nails? Anyways, I did them myself. Alright, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what your everyday makeup is like. Do you have similar products to mine? Are you my foundation twin? Do we have the same skin type? My skin type is combination oily in the T-zone. Yeah, and that's it. This goes without saying, but even though I've been gone for a while, I've checked my situation, and a good amount of you guys are not subscribed, but you keep coming back and you're rocking with me. So why not subscribe and join my band of misfit toys? It is a good time over here at the Latoya Show, and it is free 99 to subscribe. What's better than free, right? And you get me and I get you guys. The subscribe button is right down there, so click it, and while you're down there, hit the notification bell. Make sure that it's on all so that you'll be notified when I upload my next video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!